Libra, my radiant soul, listen closely because what's coming your way at midnight on October 16th is not just a shift, it's a financial miracle wrapped in divine timing. Yes, you heard that right. A sacred door will open at exactly midnight on Saturday night, and if you're here watching this right now, it's because your spirit already knows. This isn't a coincidence. This is a direct invitation from the universe. And today, you're being asked to do more than just watch. You're being called to step in, take your place, and claim what's rightfully yours. Let me ask you, Libra, what if the breakthrough you've been praying for silently, in the late hours of the night, was finally ready to arrive? What if the universe was preparing to send not only financial relief, but also spiritual clarity, emotional renewal, and karmic reward? Would you be ready to receive it? Because that's exactly what this message is about. This is not just another horoscope reading. This is a divine transmission created for one soul, you. This is a sacred appointment, and the stars have aligned in a way that we rarely see. At the very moment the moon in Aries faces Uranus in your second house of values and income, a cosmic ripple unlocks what I call the millionaire portal, a time of wealth downloads, contract blessings, and spiritual realignment. And it only opens for those who are truly ready. Now take a deep breath with me, Libra. Feel your body settle. Feel your heart respond. Do you feel that? That slight, almost imperceptible shift. That's your soul recognizing something real. That's divine energy. And when you listen from that place beyond the mind, beyond logic, you'll know exactly why you were guided here. Inside this message, we're going to weave together astrology, tarot, sacred numerology, energy healing, and even modern-day miracles inspired by the living Word of God. Because sometimes, a verse or a whisper of grace is all it takes to light the next step. And this, sweet Libra, is your next step. Before we begin, let me pause and say this from the deepest place in my spirit: thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for every comment you've left, every like, every share, every subscription that has brought you deeper into the sacred family of Zodiac Whisper Tarot. Your energy matters. Your presence shifts things. Your trust gives this space breath. And I promise you what you're about to receive will stay with you long after this video ends. So, my Libra soul, if something in you is awakening, if you feel the pull of this message, then I invite you right now to write in the comments, "I claim my financial miracle at midnight. I am ready." Not for algorithm. Not for me. But for you. Because sometimes, putting it in words is how you tell heaven, "I accept." Stay with me, Libra. What the universe is about to reveal to you is nothing short of spectacular. Shall we begin? There's something sacred about the quiet just before midnight, a stillness not found in any other hour. It's as though time itself pauses to breathe, to listen, to ask us, are you ready to become who you were always meant to be? And for you, dear Libra, this moment on October 16th at exactly midnight is more than symbolic. It is vibrational. It is energetic. It is a cosmic pivot designed to align you with something deeper than logic, divine timing, your own readiness, and the echo of every prayer you've whispered when no one was listening. The astrological weather on this night reveals more than planetary movement. It tells a story. With the moon lighting up your 7th house, you are being gently guided to look at your soul agreements, those visible and invisible connections that shape your reality. This house is not just about romantic relationships. It's about mirrored energy, karmic echoes, and the partnerships that act as catalysts for transformation. And when Uranus sends a jolt of electricity into your second house of values and finances, a message is whispered. Something unexpected is ready to shift, not as a test, but as a blessing. You might feel this energy as restlessness, as a surge of clarity, or even a quiet, confident knowing that something is about to change. That's because your body and spirit are attuned to cosmic rhythms more than you realize. You've walked through chapters of uncertainty, carried responsibilities with quiet grace, and loved others often more than you've loved yourself. But now, a window opens, a space in which the universe not only asks you what you want, but finally begins arranging it on your behalf. There is nothing random about this alignment. When your financial house is activated by Uranus, it is not to create chaos, but to liberate you from outdated stories about your worth. This may look like an unexpected payment, a contract offer, a return of a long-lost opportunity, or simply the lifting of financial pressure. But more than what shows up outside, it's about what changes within. When you realize you're worthy of more, of rest, of stability, of ease, life begins to reflect that belief back to you in tangible ways. Creating a sacred moment around this time isn't superstition. It's intention. And intention is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. Lighting a candle, placing a glass of water, holding a sprig of something green, it doesn't matter what it looks like. What matters is that you show up with presence. That your actions become a living prayer, a quiet yes to what's coming. Declaring your desires with love and confidence is how you create space for miracles to land. And remember, you are not doing this alone. Even when life feels silent, unseen hands are guiding you. This may not be a voice from the sky, but the small synchronicities call you didn't expect, the email that finds you just in time, the smile from a stranger on a day when your spirit was low. These moments are not accidents. They are answers. Sometimes, they are modern-day miracles. If you're someone who believes, like I do, that faith can be practiced in the smallest actions, then let this be your practice. Let this be your moment. You don't have to be perfect to be ready. You just have to be willing to receive. And sometimes, the most courageous thing we can do is simply say, I'm open. I'm available. I trust. So tonight, Libra, if you feel the pull, honor it. Write your 3 desires. Light your candle. Place your hand on your heart. And speak aloud your worth. Let your words be your signal, your soul's green light. Then quietly wait. Because sometimes, what you've asked for has already been placed on its way, and all it's waiting for is your welcome. It's often in the softest moments when we are quietly reflecting or simply breathing that the deepest realizations come to life. And right now, Libra, you are standing in a moment that is both gentle and powerful, wrapped in the nurturing energy of the Empress and illuminated by the sacred presence of the number 7. These symbols didn't appear in your path by accident. They arrived because your soul is ready to remember what it has always known, that abundance, love, and divine right timing are not things you have to earn, they are already yours. The Empress in Tarot is not just a card of comfort and fertility. She is a profound archetype of self-worth and embodied creation. She doesn't ask for permission to bloom. She simply does. She knows when to give and when to receive. She honors cycles, nourishes beauty, and doesn't hustle for validation. When this card rises for you, it's a sacred reminder that everything you've poured into others, your time, your energy, your care, is now being returned to you. But here's the truth that so many forget: you cannot truly give what you no longer have. When you are depleted, your generosity turns into sacrifice. When you are whole, your giving becomes a blessing. This moment is your invitation to reclaim what you've given away too freely: your peace, your softness, your joy. And just as the Empress is a mirror to your personal worth, the number 7 acts as a cosmic signpost guiding your attention back to divine order. If you've seen 777 this week, or glanced at a receipt, license plate, or clock flashing 707, know that these are not coincidences. The number 7 is often called the number of divine timing, and in numerology, it speaks to introspection, alignment, and trust in the unseen. It is a whisper from the universe that says, "Keep going, you're not alone, the path you're on is supported even if it still looks like a mystery." There's a quiet kind of power that comes with that realization. Not the kind that needs to be loud or announced, but the kind that settles deep in your bones and reminds you that your journey is sacred, even when it feels slow. Often in life, we rush forward believing that doing more will bring us closer to what we desire. But the Empress doesn't operate in urgency. She creates from wholeness. She chooses from alignment. And in this very moment, you're being called to do the same. Pause. Reflect. Ask yourself, am I creating from fear, or from trust? Am I giving to be loved, or because I am already full? The presence of this card and number together signals more than timing, it signals ripeness. Just like a garden doesn't question whether it deserves to bear fruit, you must stop questioning whether you're ready to receive. You are. But receiving starts with remembering that you are worthy of it, not tomorrow, not when things are perfect today. Right now. This also mirrors a lesson I've witnessed time and time again, even in stories of divine intervention and quiet miracles. I've seen people call in abundance not when they were at their strongest, but when they were simply willing. Willing to rest. Willing to let go. Willing to believe again. Sometimes faith doesn't roar, it whispers. And sometimes miracles don't arrive with trumpets, they arrive softly, in the form of a friend calling at the right time, a payment clearing when you least expected, or simply a moment of peace after months of emotional noise. So if the number 7 keeps showing up for you, let that be your permission slip to slow down and listen. You are being supported, maybe more than you know. Comment below if this resonates with you, and say it aloud like you mean it. I see the number 7. I know I am being guided. Because when you acknowledge the signs, you also anchor their power. And right now, Libra, that power is flowing directly to you. When the winds of life grow quiet, Libra, and the world feels still for just a moment, that's often when heaven speaks the loudest. This part of your journey brings forward something extraordinary, something your soul may have been sensing all along. There's a sacred energy surrounding you right now, a divine intervention unfolding quietly in the background of your daily routine. It doesn't come with grand explosions or dramatic signs, but through whispers in familiar places, a fragrance that transports you back to childhood, the sudden memory of a voice long gone, or the gentle flicker of light through your curtains that feels like more than just the sun. These are not coincidences. They are sacred invitations from above to slow down, listen, and remember who walks with you. This presencia maternal, wise, deeply loving soul could be your mother, grandmother, a spiritual mentor, or even a version of your higher self shaped by divine compassion. She doesn't just observe, she speaks in subtle ways. And what she's saying to you now is profoundly healing. You don't have to apologize for being happy. Peace is your inheritance. Abundance is not greed, it is grace. These words are more than comfort, they are permission. Permission to step out of the guilt, to release yourself from the old programming that says you must struggle in order to be worthy. She's reminding you that being joyful, wealthy, and peaceful is not only allowed, it's sacred. Many times, we internalize the suffering of those before us, believing that our healing somehow betrays their pain. But this energy from the divine feminine is coming to break that generational agreement. She wants you to rise. Not just for yourself, but for her, for all the ancestors who couldn't. This is why those moments that feel like déjà vu are happening more often lately. It's your spiritual guidance team drawing closer, revealing that you are no longer walking alone, nor are you making decisions in the dark. You are being guided from both heaven and earth. Astrologically, we are in a time of Mercury's dialogue with Neptune, a powerful energy bridge between conscious thought and divine inspiration. It opens your third eye to receive signs in dreams, in sudden realizations, and even through other people's voices speaking what your heart already knows. If you've been second-guessing your path, this is the moment to pay closer attention to those subtle nudges. The sacred veil between dimensions is thinner than usual right now, meaning messages from the divine are reaching you more easily. This is not your imagination. This is sacred alignment. The law of attraction teaches us that the universe responds not to our words but to our frequency. When you begin to allow joy and peace without guilt, your vibration rises, and heaven matches your new frequency with blessings you've been praying for silently. That's when the miracles appear, not because you earned them through suffering, but because you aligned with them through surrender. Sometimes, the biggest act of faith is simply allowing yourself to receive. One of the most beautiful reminders comes from Scripture itself: knock, and the door will be opened to you. Seek, and you will find. Matthew 7 verse 7. What door are you afraid to knock on because you think you're unworthy? What blessing are you hesitating to receive because it feels too good to be true? This is your divine permission slip. Open your heart. Ask. Accept. If this part of the message touched something inside you, I want to invite you to anchor it in the comments. Type, I allow the divine to bless me. I receive in peace. Let's fill this space with sacred affirmations and support each other as a soul family. You are not walking this alone. And this very moment could be your miracle arriving quietly at the doorstep of your faith. When the stars align under a trine between Mercury and Pluto, Libra, you are not just invited, you are summoned to reclaim your voice and make a soul-aligned decision. This celestial moment is about communication laced with power, contracts that shift timelines, and offers that echo with karmic weight. What appears on the surface as a professional offer, a message from a past lover, or a contract from a figure of authority is, at its core, the universe mirroring your inner readiness. You're being asked not just if you want it, but if you're ready to hold it with full responsibility and embodiment. And the answer to that will always begin with how deeply you've said yes to yourself. This is not about external validation. It's about choosing yourself first so that the world can recognize the clarity of your vibration. When Mercury speaks with Pluto, there's nowhere to hide. Hidden motives, silent truths, and unspoken desires rise up. That's why this energy often brings a return from someone or something you thought was long gone because the loop hadn't been closed, and your yes or no hadn't been fully declared. But this time, it won't repeat. This is the final test before the gates open wide. That powerful figure reaching out now, whether it's a boss, a legal authority, or even a divine opportunity disguised as a challenge, represents more than just a persona. It's your destiny, knocking. And in this sacred moment, you're reminded, God does not force decisions. God whispers, confirms, and patiently waits. The Holy Spirit never screams, but gently nudges. If you feel a tug, a subtle sense of inner knowing, that may be your answer. So many miracles in life begin with a quiet, steady conviction, just like the story of the woman who touched the hem of Christ's robe in faith and was healed instantly. She wasn't loud. She didn't demand. She simply chose, from within. That's the kind of faith you are being asked to embody right now. Not the loud kind, but the deep kind, the one that partners with the universe in silent authority. This moment in your life is a holy handshake between free will and divine orchestration. You are not powerless in this. You are not waiting to be chosen. You are being asked to step into your own sovereign authority and choose yourself, over and over again, until the reflection of that self-love shows up as the life you've been praying for. Say yes to the new contract, but only if it aligns with your highest worth. Say yes to the opportunity, but only if it doesn't ask you to abandon your boundaries. Say yes to the next step, but only if your peace remains intact. Everything happening now is a sacred negotiation between your past and your future. And Pluto's involvement ensures that once you decide, there's no turning back. Transformation is inevitable. But liberation? That comes from your choice. So pause for a moment, dear Libra. Inhale. Ask yourself, what am I truly ready to receive now? Because what you are ready to choose is already waiting to arrive. If this message resonates, I encourage you to anchor your intention in the comments. Write, I choose stability. I open the gates of prosperity. Let this be your spiritual signature. Let the universe see your clarity and match your courage. When your body starts sending signals, fatigue, tightness in your chest, a racing heart for no reason, it's never random. These are sacred whispers, reminders from the universe that your vessel needs care. Libra, your body is not just a container for your dreams, it is the bridge between the divine plan and the physical blessings waiting to manifest in your life. And on a week where midnight on October 16th opens a powerful financial portal, your alignment, mental, emotional, physical, must be whole to receive what has already been assigned to you. Miracles are delicate frequencies, and your nervous system is the receiver. If it's clogged with fear, stress, or exhaustion, it's like trying to listen to a whisper in the middle of a storm. That's why this isn't just a spiritual journey, it's a cellular one. Think of your body as a tuning fork. When you're out of sync, you repel what's meant for you. But when you begin to regulate, even with small, consistent steps, things begin to click. You wake up clearer, your mind quiets, signs show up faster, and people start treating you like someone who knows their worth. One of the most healing practices right now is nervous system hygiene. Try starting your mornings with warm lemon water. This isn't just trendy advice, citrus is energetically cleansing and physically alkalizing, setting your body up to metabolize joy instead of panic. Add magnesium and B vitamins to support your adrenals, which have likely been overworked from months of silent endurance. Midday, take 7 slow breaths, no screens, no stimulation, just you and your heartbeat. Breathe in through your nose to the count of 4, hold for 7, exhale through your mouth for 8. Walk under the early sun if you can. Sunlight on your skin, especially Libra skin, recalibrates your circadian rhythm and floods your body with serotonin. This isn't about aesthetics, it's about restoring your body's faith in safety, which many of you have unconsciously lost during prolonged uncertainty. And food is frequency. Your spirit responds to color. Greens restore the heart chakra, soft pinks calm emotional triggers, golden yellows activate the solar plexus, helping you take bold action. What if your next aligned decision came simply because you ate in a way that grounded you instead of numbed you? What if that decision opened the door to the very miracle this message is preparing you for? There's something powerful about touching your throat, especially for Libra. This is your energetic bottleneck, the place where unspoken needs and people-pleasing patterns have choked your truth for too long. Try this now. Gently place your hand on your throat and say aloud, even if your voice trembles, I have the right to speak my needs. I am worthy of everything good and true. Say it again, and this time mean it. Because when the universe sees you aligning your inner reality with your outer actions, it responds. It rushes in. Like the story of the woman who hadn't spoken to her son in years but chose to forgive, speak her truth, and open her heart, and within days, he returned with tears and an apology, saying he'd felt a pull to call. That's how energy works. It's not always instant, but it is always sacred. The moment you take care of your temple, heaven moves behind the scenes to take care of your reward. So Libra, what does your body need right now that you've been ignoring? What is one small act of care you can do today to show yourself you're ready to receive? Tell me in the comments. When you make your healing a priority, your miracle won't just arrive, will stay. Dear Libra, you don't need to chase miracles because you are the miracle. At exactly midnight on October 16th, something extraordinary opens up. If you've been feeling a strange shift in the air, a pull in your spirit, a sense that something invisible is guiding you toward a door you cannot yet see, trust it. That's not just intuition. That's divine timing calling your name. When the clock strikes midnight, don't ignore that quiet inner voice that tells you to pause, breathe, and listen. It's not just any moment. This is the sacred hour when the veil between worlds thins and your soul becomes magnetic to wealth, healing, and sacred surprises. Recite your affirmation 3 times. Light your candle. Let the universe meet you halfway. Maybe you've waited for years. Maybe you've endured more than anyone knows. Maybe you've stayed silent when you should have screamed. But here you are. Still standing. Still hoping. And now, it's your time. What if this moment is the one that shifts everything? What if one bold decision, one whispered prayer, one act of faith brings you the life you thought was out of reach? This isn't just about money. It's about alignment. It's about stepping into a reality where your name is already written on the blessing. So I ask you, beautiful soul, are you ready to receive? Are you willing to surrender the past, release the fear, and walk boldly into the miracle that has been waiting for you all along? Type it below in the comments so your energy becomes part of the divine chain. I'm no longer afraid. I welcome my miracle. By writing it, you anchor it. You declare it to the universe. And you open the energetic door wide enough for the blessing to rush in. And if something in this video spoke directly to your soul, don't let it fade into the background of your day. Like this video, share it with someone you love, and subscribe to Zodiac Whisper Tarot so you never miss another divine message. This isn't just a channel. It's a sanctuary. A soul family. A sacred space where miracles are not just predicted, they are born through belief. So let this be the moment you rise. Not someday. Not next year. Right now. Because Libra, your midnight miracle is not on its way. It's already here, quietly waiting for your yes.